Well, I'm back on another long commute to university. I've only got 2 weeks left. It's just with this week and next week. I'm gonna be honest, man, this week is probably the most stressful week of my life. I've got 2 presentations, and then I've got another big assignment that I gotta do, which involves getting a resume, making and showing a clip of my audio editing skills, and editing a video of me teaching. I don't know, man. I just can't think straight right now. I'm overstimulated. My head hurts. It's just, I'm not having the greatest moment of my life right now. And I'm completely off the radar too. I don't have any social medias right now. I deactivated my Instagram account and whatnot. So I'm trying to maximize my productivity, and it's not working. Well, it is, but if I had my Instagram account on and whatnot, my productivity levels would have been 0. I don't know. There's just something about Instagram that it's just so distracting. Whenever I'm tired or I don't want to do the assignment, I just scroll through reels for a while, and the next thing you know, I've wasted too much time. Not only that, but scrolling through reels has just become boring over time, and I've just found myself to be doing it less and less, and wondering why I even have the app. So I just decided to deactivate it. I mean, I only deactivated it temporarily, so if I want to, I can always go back, but I don't know. Whenever I deactivate, I'm usually pretty hesitant on wanting to reactivate, and sometimes I just think that maybe I should just not reactivate it again until I finish college. I guess aside from college being super stressful nowadays, I've also found myself reminiscing about the past. I don't know why, but I usually find myself doing this whenever I'm reaching the end of the semester or something like that. I'm not sure why, like I mentioned, but it always happens, even when I don't want it to. Alright, there's the hospital. That means I'm halfway there. Cool. But I'm just thinking about back to the people I knew back then, the friends I had, and all that stuff. Just thinking about, man, those are some good times. And that could just be me trying to cope with the stress of being in college and whatnot, or just finals in general, because that's just how I've been, even when I was in school. I don't know. I think another part of it could be that I still live in my hometown. Although I hardly ever venture into my hometown, I still live in it. But I just commute back and forth to college. and that's why I'm still there. I don't know. I'm just butchering my sentences, man. Crap. It just goes to show I can't even think straight right now. I'm sorry you guys have to even listen to this. You can click off if you want to. And apart from that, I'm also a little sick. I'm recovering, but still, I'm a little sick. But yeah, I've just been thinking about the past, thinking about old friends, people I used to be around, all that stuff. Sometimes I think about how easy it used to be when I was in school or in community college. How much fun it was, how I missed the people there and whatnot. And man, luckily I've got a good connection with most of those people, but I don't know, just time goes by, people come, people go. There's that. I'm in a whole new environment now, and though I don't think I've fully adapted to my new environment yet, but hopefully things get better next semester. You know, I'm super stressed out. Yeah, life is tough, but I guess the question is, if I'm suffering, does that mean I'm doing something right? And the reason I ask this is because I already know what it's like to be through this kind of process. And I learned it in school. Like, high school was the time where I hit rock bottom. Like, those were probably the worst years of my life. Like, freshman year, it was on a slow decline. And sophomore year, my decline just kept going faster. And then junior year, it just plopped. Like, you look at it in a graph, and it's just going straight down. And part of it was COVID, yada, 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 yada. And then there were some other tragic events that happened around that time. But the biggest role of it was, like, being in this, like, haze of self-loathing and whatnot. I just did not feel proud of myself back then. Like, the way I was living life, and then comparing it to how other people are just living their life, and how it just seems like they're winning, and they're doing, like, way better than me and whatnot. And then here I am, I'm just a loser. But man, those were the years where I'd say I suffered the most. Like, I mean, like, as of now, I'd say that those were probably the worst years of my life. But I'm gonna be honest, man, I think college is probably gonna shoot higher than that. probably going to be even worse. Turn the air conditioning. It's sweating in here. Shit. In terms of time, my class doesn't start until 3:15, so it's like minute till 2:10, so I'm good on time. Sorry, where was I? Oh yeah. So throughout the like freshman, sophomore, junior year of high school, I was on a downfall, making my way to rock bottom. Like, I remember experiencing a lot of failure at the time, and those failures became less and less as I kept going in high school. But even then, my mental health kept falling down. And then junior year, when COVID came, there it was, rock bottom. And that was the year where I told myself I'd had enough. I was tired of living like a loser. I was tired of just letting life just slip past me as I just sit in my room playing video games, eating junk food and whatnot, all the unhealthy habits. Like, I'm not even kidding, man. Like, I hated the idea of working out back in high school. Now I love it. But back in high school, I despised that idea. Like, that was just, man, like, I hated it. But even though I didn't do any of that stuff and I just stayed in the comfort zone, I still managed to get some success, especially in my band program. When my senior year came along, I was making it big. Like, I was section leader, I was lead trumpet. Like, I achieved a lot senior year, and I was so happy. Now I don't even know where those awards went, but man, that was like the first time I've experienced happiness in years. Like, even before high school, like 6th grade, my mental health was already in a decline. And as the years went on, all the way up until junior year, it just kept going faster and faster and faster until junior year hit rock bottom, as I mentioned. But senior year, that was the year, like, man, I made that year count. Like, I made it big. And the reason why I think about it sometimes was because that was the time where I was super happy after so long. Like, that was a time where I told myself I did have value in society and whatnot. And And just after that, it just kept going. Like, I started picking up good habits and stuff. Like, my life was starting to take a whole 180. I was starting to evolve as a person, especially when I graduated. Man, that was great though. But the thing is, like, I've taken note of this progress, and I just gotta figure out like where I'm at so far. And I'd say so far I'm doing great. I mean, it sucks, but you know, I'm suffering. Does that mean I'm doing something right? So what saved me during my time in community college? I'd say self-improvement. Like, community college was the time where I completely disappeared. Like, it was just, I put all my attention to myself. I deactivated my accounts, and I just focused on school. And during that time, I got into self-improvement. I started watching these YouTubers like Hamza, all these people, and my life was just skyrocketing ever since. Like, I felt happier, all that stuff. Look at this. So, right now, I'm passing by what used to be a mall. And now, it's just a giant wasteland. There's like giant piles of dirt everywhere. They destroyed the place. I remember I used to shop at that mall. My parents used to take me there, and we used to shop and eat at the food court there. That was years ago though. That was like, I think the last time I went there was probably like 6th grade. But then again, during that time in 6th grade, when we were going there, there were less stores, and there were less people as time went on. And then there was one day where the mall was just super dark. There was hardly anyone. There were like only like probably like 3 stores left open, not counting the Sears that used to be there. And then after that day, we never went back again. So during my time in high school, up until community college, that mall was abandoned. There were squatters. I mean, there was nothing there anymore. It just went bankrupt. Newer malls opened up, and people just started going to those instead. It was super sad. I'm sorry I went on a bit of a. I'm sorry I went straight to. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know I went from like talking about like, yeah, self-improvement. I did all this and that, which is good, but I just saw what used to be the mall that I used to go to with my parents, and right now I'm at a time where I'm reminiscing with the past, and so my attention shifted to the mall. But yeah, like, before that day, I remember when I used to, like, play at the playground there. Like, they had a small playground. It was like desert themed. And I remember there were a whole bunch of other kids playing in that playground and whatnot. And I remember I used to love going in there. And in the food court, I remember I used to love using the quarter machines. I remember there was one where that had like these South Park figurines, and I remember asking my parents, like, Mom, Dad, can I get a quarter? Or can I get another one? Because I wanted to try to collect all the South Park figurines. I remember that. Train, cool. And I remember there was this one store. It was like this, I don't know how to, it's like sort of, all I remember was that this store sold like weapons, knives, brass knuckles. I think they sold like figurines and stuff too. Like the medieval figurines and stuff. And they also sold these swords and shields. And I remember buying my parents buying me these like Legend of Zelda shields. One was like Link, and it was like the normal blue with like the Triforce and whatnot, all that stuff. And the other one was like black and white. That was like Dark Link. Yeah, I remember my parents buying me that. And I still have those on my wall in my bedroom. Damn, dude. It's just so sad to see that mall doesn't exist anymore. Not only that, but Sears doesn't even exist anymore either. I remember that store. I hated it because going to Sears as a kid meant your parents are going to buy you clothes and you have to go in the fitting room for like an hour. And I hated doing that. I still do. But I don't really cry about it as much as I did when I was younger. But not only that, I just remember seeing these like videos of people going in the mall, as well as like some of like the Instagram stories of some of my friends back in high school who actually snuck into that place and were just like messing around in there. I remember that. And just seeing those videos and seeing how trash the place is, how empty it is, and then just pointing out the places that I remember going to, or like where everything used to be, it was just so sad. And then remembering that same day when I was in 6th grade, where the mall was just nearly empty. Like the parking lot had like little to no cars. We were probably like one of the only few people in there. The food court had like little to no good restaurants in there. Like majority of the mall was just dead because like there were like 3 stores in there aside from Sears, as I mentioned. I think around that time, that was when we were shopping for, I think, what was it? It was for my cousin's baptism. My little cousin at the time, who was just born. Man, that was a long time ago too, huh? Damn, that's crazy. Time goes by so fast. So yeah, there was like this one store in the mall. It was really small, but they sold wedding dresses and like quinceañera, sweet 16 dresses. And they also sold stuff for other events like baptisms and whatnot. I remember that store. And I remember like my mom and my dad taking me there to get some stuff for the you know what? Actually, I also remember we went to that same store for my first communion when I was in elementary school. I remember that. Dang. That's crazy. Man, I just remember that because like I remember in like I think there was a knife in one of the kits that my parents were looking at. And I was scared. I was thinking to myself, oh no, like, does getting your first communion mean that they're gonna cut me or something? I don't know. Younger me had like too wild of an imagination. So, I really can't tell you how I came up with that. Hey ladies. Sorry. But, yeah, I remember that. Dang, that was years. That was like 4th grade. Holy shit, that was probably like more than 10 years ago now. Nostalgia. Alright, the camera's still running. But yeah, anyways, going back to the time when we were during like 6th grade when we were getting stuff for my little cousin's baptism. So I remember my cousins and my tia, they were also at the mall, and we ran into them around that time because they also like going to that mall to check out stuff too. And man, I remember like my cousins having a blast in there. Holy shit. Like we played together at the playground. Man, that shit was awesome. I still remember the elevator. That was fun. Man, we used to do stupid shit back then, man. That was great memories in that mall. I've said it over and over again. I'm gonna say it again. It sucks that it's not there anymore. It's just painful to just see that. But all I can say now is just thank you for the memories. Red light, red light. And what do you know? I didn't think that years later I would be going in the same path as to where the mall was. So I guess all those years of going to the mall when I was a kid, I guess guess that was probably some potential foreshadowing for what was to come in the future, which would be going to university, like right now. But I do wonder, what are they gonna do with that place now? Now that the mall isn't there. Fuck, don't go. Sorry. There's a guy that wanted to like turn left, and he was like, he didn't look both ways. Jeez. Oh my gosh, this guy just, oh my gosh, this guy literally just, he ran a red light. What the fuck? Damn. Like, it turned red before he even got in, what the fuck? There's no cameras here, so he got away with it. Yeah, that's true. There are no cameras here. Huh. Damn. Oh, man. Don't go. Man, I'm scared now. Like, I don't want to end up like it's a green light, but like you never know. There are people out there who do run red lights, and you might run into them. Who knows? So yeah, I really hope that like I don't end up like getting into a collision just because someone ran a red light and whatnot. That'd be pretty bad. And I'm embarrassed to say it, but I've run a red light before. I've done it. I'm not proud of it. I mean, when I think about it now, it should just feel like shit, but yeah, I've done it before. It doesn't feel good. You know how it is. I'm still in shock that I watched someone run a red light. Not like a red light, it was a red arrow. Well, like this guy was just zooming around everybody, and then he turned left to go make a left turn on the traffic light, and even when the light turned red, he still kept going. Like, dude, what the fuck? parking lot is good. I need to get a new parking pass. I hate this parking lot. It's not bad because, I mean, it's cheap, but then when something is cheap, more people are going to want to buy it. And for that reason, it tends to get more full. So I need to like figure out how to get a new parking pass to park somewhere that's closer to where the majority of my classes are going to be at. Because I cannot handle like an hour drive followed by a 15 minute like drive on my scooter from one side of campus to the other. And like before I got my scooter, I had to walk 30 minutes to my class. That was painful on its own. Tried taking public transit, but public transit you just I don't know, spray pray. Like you get into the bus and you hope that it's going where you want to go, which it's usually not. So I stopped doing that too. Anyways, I'm here, and guess I'll end it here. Hopefully things get better after this week ends, and when this semester's over, I am going to take a nice power nap. Alright, that's it. See ya.